Mother St. John Fontbonne was a daughter of those women at Le Puy. She, 150 years after they were around, well, not quite 150 years, she was born in a little tiny town called Bassin-Bassé and entered the Sisters of St. Joseph in a community of her two aunts in 1778 when she was 19 years old. Now, they went to this town of Monistrol, and I think Mother St. John expected to be a simple superior of a small community for the rest of her life in this little town. And probably a lot of what she was doing was very much like what those first sisters did in Le Puy. Doing education, caring for people who didn't have a home, caring for the sick, visiting the neighbors, etc. All was going fine until the French Revolution. And then the French Revolution, among the things that it did, it rejected the church and all religion. It disbanded religious communities and, interestingly, made religious vows illegal. Now, Mother St. John and her sister and one of the others who were part of the community in Monistrol played the system for a while. They stopped dressing like women religious, they didn't use titles, they just stayed in the same place doing the same thing, caring for people. But eventually, in a little bit of a disagreement, conflict with the local priest, they got kicked out of their place. Then they went home and I suspect did the very same thing out of their family home until they got caught and arrested and put in prison, we say. Now the prison, interestingly, was, it had been a monastery, and they, with a whole bunch of others, were imprisoned in the monastery and expected to be beheaded. But the day before they were to be taken back to Le Puy for their trial and sentence, Robespierre fell. And so they were freed again and went back to the little town where they came from and continued, we assume, to do whatever it was they were doing. So Robespierre fell in 1794. And in 1807, this odd combination of circumstances happens that the Cardinal of Lyon asks Mother St. John to come and take care of a small group of women who are wanting to be religious. They hadn't started out anything like Sisters of St. Joseph, but she went and took them under her wing, and they became Sisters of St. Joseph. Other groups joined them. It grew. They decided that it was better to move to Lyon, where they were closer to, where they could have a larger place, I think is part of it. And it began to be a united congregation of the Sisters of St. Joseph. Before the French Revolution, all of those little 150 communities were separate little groups. Now they were coming more together in a way that they could be of better service to people, have more mobility, have common training, not replicate all kinds of things in all sorts of individual local communities. She continued that, and it turns out that another odd combination of circumstances got her invited to send sisters to the United States. So in 1836, they came to this land where I'm sitting right now in the heritage room of the home of the Sisters of St. Joseph, the first establishment of Sisters of St. Joseph in the United States, and the only one where we have the place where our first sisters were on their original turf. Amen.